We begin tonight with the big response on the first 2 days of Michigan's statewide early in-person voting over the weekend. And according to the Secretary of State, the turnout is much higher than expected. 13 on Your Side political reporter Josh Albertus has the latest early voting numbers.
This weekend, Michigan voters made history, turning out in massive numbers to cast their ballot at an early voting site.
250,000 people. That's how many, according to the Secretary of State, cast their ballots in just the first weekend of statewide early in-person voting in Michigan's November election.
And while we were surprised by the large turnout, it was a very pleasant surprise.
It's the first presidential general election in which a 9-day early in-person voting period has been required by the state constitution. But despite the quick 2-year turnaround to put the new system firmly in place, Benson saying the process is working.
Clerks were well prepared. The processes and systems that they had in place ran smoothly, and overall, Michigan's first day of voting in a general election was a huge success.
But it was the clerks on the ground that had much to do with the new planning. Do they now agree the new systems are working? Well, we asked one.
I think our local clerks have done a really great job. They are the unsung heroes of our elections, and so we've spent a lot of time making sure that we've got a system in place that that responds to these reforms and does so in a way that makes our voting process efficient, accurate, transparent, and secure.
With both the state and all-important Kent County being at just about 24% turnout with 8 days to go until Election Day, this county clerk says the options in place don't give people a reason to sit on the sidelines.
So while a presidential election is generally in the 70% turnout range, we could see that turnout break records for this year. We could end up seeing mid-70s or even into 80%. Don't know about that yet, but there's certainly no reason we can't have a record voter turnout this year.
And Josh, I see you are one of those early voters. Was the process any different than on Election Day?
Yeah, I've got my sticker on, Juliet. Not to the voter. These processes for the voter are pretty much the same, but a key difference, as we've been saying, is that your early in-person polling site may be different than your site if you choose to vote on Election Day. So to find your polling locations for whichever method works best for you to cast your vote, you can go to michigan.gov/vote.
Thank you, Josh.